going on?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Good Ethical Evening, where you can see Lauren's random mysterious talents. Let's cue the intro.
On a good old Friday, join us for a talk show. Ethan, Lauren, Stanley. Oh, beware of the fun that is bound to come on a good old Friday night. Yay!
Good Ethical Evening, everybody. Today we're going to kick it off with a plus about us, or specifically me. Then we're going to move on to an interview. I'm going to do this without looking at my paper. And then we have some food for thought for you. So that is the lineup for today, but we're going to start off here with a plus about us. So the plus today is more of a
Fast fact.
/ confession / disclaimer. Not really though, it's not a big deal. It's just I just want to clarify something. So I have nothing against dyed hair, but I wanted to say that my hair is not dyed. It has come up before where people that I've known, yes, right here, okay, I don't know how well you can see it, but right here, my hair is blonde, completely blonde. And I will say that my mom said when I was born, my whole head was blonde and that was white. And she was a little bit confused, but she just went with it. Either way, it is not dyed that way. I was born that way. And that is the plus for today. I get a lot of people that have known me for a long time and they're like, so how often do you dye that? And I'm like, no. Either way, that is the random fun fact for today. Next up, we have an interview. This time, we're interviewing Lauren. So, see y'all there. I think this is Mrs. Wagner. Hey, excuse me. Are you Mrs. Wagner?
Miss, actually. But
Oh.
yes.
Okay, that's fine. I have a quick question for you. I was just wondering, and I know it's random and it's sort of deep, but I know that you are going to be staffing with TeenPact this year, and so I was wondering if you had the opportunity to give a devotion, what would your devotion be about?
Okay. So actually, I have thought about this before. Kind of cliche, but I would give my devotion on Romans 8:28. I know that's something that's kind of already been talked about, but I've been affected personally by the passage Romans 8:28 as well. Last year, actually, I applied for staff at TeenPact, but I did not get it, unfortunately, to my sad demise. But a good friend of mine asked me if I loved the Lord, and I said, yes, I love the Lord. He said, well, then this is for your good. And I was like, oh, snap. It is for my good then. And that honestly just made me feel so much better. So now it's something I try to think about, like, a lot, honestly. It comes to my mind, like, minor inconveniences, big things that are going on, like, if it's going on and I love the Lord, then, like, it's for my good. So if I was to give a devotion, as cliche as that is, Romans 8:28, like, everyone has it, like, written on themselves or tattooed on themselves, and super well-known verse, but that's what I would have to go with because it has really personally affected me.
Cool. Are you going to get it tattooed on yourself?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, thank you for having us out here to talk to you.
Yes.
Yep, that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Mrs. Wagner.
Miss Wagner, yes.
He's got a suit on.
It's a campaign ad.
Don't vote left.
Vote right.
Welcome back from that awesome interview. Lauren's not getting a tattoo. Okay. Either way, moving on, we are ready for some food for thought. And today is probably going to be a bit more of me talking again. Sorry to all those who don't like that. But today's is about light and the speed of light. It's a little bit out there and it's a little bit, deep. But either way, I thought it was very interesting. So there was a man who was a lot smarter than me and a lot wiser than me who's also a Christian, and he has been researching a theory that the speed of light is actually instantaneous, and that the...
I found this on the web for the speed of light actually instantaneous.
Anyway, and he says that when the Bible verse Genesis 1:15 says specifically, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. He says that when it says, and it was so, it means that the light was immediate and instantaneous, and that like if you see the light of a star, even if the star is dead, I don't know if you've heard the dead star theory where some stars didn't exist, but we're just now seeing the light from their explosions, things like that. He believes that it's instantaneous and that we're actually seeing that explosion happen when it happens. And so the reasoning behind this is kind of interesting. This is just a small scale example of it, but if you were to throw a ball at a wall, when it bounces back, it's going to have a lot less force, right? It's going to be a lot slower. That's just how it is. The same thing happens with the speed of light. Because the speed of light is also the speed of electricity, if you try to measure the speed of light with electric clocks, the time it takes for the clock at this end, if you're going to measure something, you have to either have a clock at one end and at the other end that are exactly synced, start at the exact same time and stop at the exact same time to measure how fast something was. If you're doing that with the speed of light, the time it takes for the speed of light to get from here to here is the time it takes for this clock to say, all right, you start too. So you can't really measure it that way. So the way that they end up measuring the speed of light is they shoot a light beam from here to a mirror that's a certain distance away. And then when it gets back, that is when they stop the clock. And it's all done electrically on computers. The problem with this is that they then take that speed from here to there and back, and they divide the distance by 2 and then get the speed of light that way. That being said, whenever you throw something at a wall, it always slows down on its way back. Also, if God is light, like he claims he is in the Bible, which I believe God is light because it says he is light, since God is light, would it make sense for God to limit himself by not being instantaneous and by not being as fast as he possibly can? If someone were to ask you, could God instantaneously travel from here to there? You would say yes. But if they then asked you, could light travel from here to there? And you said no, that seems like it could be inconsistent. I'm not saying I believe in this 100%. I don't really have enough facts, or I'm not really smart enough in this field to make a decision on it. But it's something really interesting that I've thought about recently and that I made a whole idea note on and put all the facts that he talked about behind it. Either way, that is the food for thought for today. Is light instantaneous because it reflects God's nature?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Never really heard that before. So.
Yeah, I didn't tell her before we started. So, yep, that's all we have for today, though. So, I guess we will see you when we see you. That's all, folks.